Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about poker. Now, unless you live under a rock, you're probably aware that poker is pretty popular at the moment. It's been gaining in popularity probably at this rate for about the last 10 years or so, and it's even popular today than even a year and a half ago. So, look, people are making millions of dollars at this game, whether it be online, casinos, in professional tours or whatever it might be. People are making a lot of money. Now, I've been playing poker for about a year and a half only, not too long. About 4 months ago, I quit my day job and I've started playing poker online full time, and I'm doing very, very well. I make on average about $500 a day, and which is pretty good money for only about 4 or 5 hours of playing. Now, the reason I put this guide together, or not this guide, this video rather, is really I just want to highlight what I feel was the most important basic strategies to have under your belt if you want to get anywhere in poker. Okay, so first thing I wanted to talk about was practicing. Now, it's a very, very basic concept, but practicing and practicing properly are two different things. Practicing properly relates to you making sure you know what you're doing when you're playing, making sure you're on top of your game, and you don't get upset, you don't get emotional or anything like that. It's very, very important. Second concept I want to talk to you about was table position. Where you sit at the poker table is very important. If you sit at in the first couple of betting positions, what you do from there is very limited, relating to if you're sitting later at the table. So if you're on the button, for example, or in the dealer position, what you can do from there opens up. Okay, you have a lot more options because you get to see what people are doing on the table before the betting comes around to you. So there's a lot more flexibility. So where you sit at the table changes constantly, and what you do in those positions changes as well. Next thing I want to talk to you about is starting hands. Now, not all starting hands are made equal, obviously, and there's a lot of strong starting hands and weak starting hands. Starting hands relate to where you sit at the table as well. So what you play in an early position will be totally different from what you play in a later position at the table as well. One thing that a lot of guides that are actually out there on the internet don't really tell you is that the strength of a good starting hand depends greatly on the number of players left in the game and the number of callers as well. Just a quick tip, just to keep that in mind. So your strength of your starting hand will be totally different if there's 10 people sitting at the table versus only 3. Okay, so you need to keep all that in mind too. The next thing I wanted to cover off was strategies about betting strategies. So pre-flop, post-flop as well. There's a lot of different strategies that are out there. And what you actually do, especially in pre-flop as well, is directly affected by your starting hand and where you're sitting at the table. And so there are some really cool charts out there. There's one on screen at the moment that you can see that helps you actually figure out what you should do in certain situations. Eventually you won't need them, but they're a good starting point as well. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about was chasing cards. Now, everybody's done it. Everybody's thinking, oh, that card's going to come through. You're not basing your decision on anything but luck or hope or chance. Okay, there's no need to do it. You're going to lose money in the long run. If you take anything from this video, the first thing that you should stamp out of your game is chasing. Okay, if the cards don't come and they don't meet certain qualifications, then leave them alone. It's pretty basic at the end of the day. Now, the next thing I wanted to actually talk to you about was calculating things called poker odds and handouts. Okay, these are mathematical equations that relate to, okay, well, what are the odds of you actually getting a certain hand depending on how much money's in the pot and whether it's worth you actually making the next bet based on how many cards are actually coming out of the pack. There's a lot of different ways to actually work this stuff out on the fly, and it's very, very useful. Okay, one thing I would also recommend is you should make decisions based on maths, not chance, not luck or anything like that. Unless you want to bluff and do all those types of things, which is you can do that, and don't get me wrong, I do it as well. But make most of the decisions based on sound strategy and sound maths as well. And also, look, I would suggest if you want to start off and play poker, don't play for free. I know it's pretty easy to do so, but when people are playing with play money, you don't get the same reactions out of people when they're actually playing with real money. So go play small tournaments, $5, $10 buy-ins, and you'll get a lot of good experience without actually losing your shirt, so to speak. But yeah, look, again, the basic things that you should really stick to is things stop chasing, starting hands, table position, pre-flop betting, post-flop betting. Now, calculating poker routes and hand odds is very, very important. Okay, so and practice, 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 practice. It's a very, very important thing. Now, there's a website that I think that you should check out. I got a lot of information from these guys. They offer a free course. It's called freepokerguides.net. Yeah, a lot of valuable information to actually give you a sound, solid base when you're learning things about poker. So, hey, look, I hope you've learned a little bit. But yeah, poker's a great game. As I said, I haven't been playing it for that long, and I'm doing pretty good, and I'm sure you can get there as well. So, thanks for checking out this video, and we'll see you another time. Cheers, bye.